Well, hello, beautiful. I hope that you are well. Cody, always here to help you have the most healthy, glowing, and gorgeous skin. If you love this info, please subscribe. All right, so today I wanted to talk to you about moisture versus hydration. So most of the products that you use are formulated with water and oil, and fat, oil, and a protein usually. So this is the thing, is that a lot of people are dehydrated without realizing it, and that means that their skin is lacking water. So, which is actually very common for a lot of people that are oily. We see a lot of people that will have oily skin, so they'll get kind of that waxy kind of layer of skin, that sheen to their skin, and their skin is severely dehydrated. So let me just explain a little bit about the difference and maybe where you're at, and if you have any questions, you can always ask them below. So first and foremost, dehydration is from a lack of water. So your skin is either evaporating the water, either from the climate, the summer, from products or whatever, or you're aging. That's usually what happens is we start aging. The cells start to become compromised, especially with UV damage. And so our skin loses the volume, it loses hydration, and it's always evaporating water out of it anyway. So adding ingredients that hydrate the skin, which keep the skin attracting and holding onto that water, is really important. But more important, having the skin to produce its own glycosamine glycans in the dermis through vitamin A and like glycolic are really the most beneficial thing that you can do, because then your skin is actually helping to plump and produce its own hydration levels in the skin and then retaining them themselves. And then you would just use the little serum to maintain for surface layer dehydration. Does that make sense? So if you are somebody who is extremely oily but you feel like your skin is dry, then it means you're dehydrated. If you are dry, meaning like your skin is really flaky and it's crusty and you can't seem to apply anything to it so that it stays hydrated, that means then there might be a lack of oil. A lack of oil is causing that dryness, that flakiness. So the cell is just kind of like crusting off, so to speak. So if that's the case, then what you want to do is you want to do a combination of both things by either adding a dash more oil to a serum or vice versa, adding some water to a liquidy kind of hyaluronic acid serum. Doing that both and combining a dash more to whatever formula you use now, whether it's the Ordinary, Good Molecules, mine, I don't know, is really important. So I want you to remember that the plumpness is from water, it's from hydration. And I mentioned this in a video a couple weeks ago about if you use hyaluronic acid and why it can make you dry, and that is, I'll just refresh you, is if your hyaluronic will grab water from wherever it can find it. In the first place is your skin, because there's not much water, there's not much vapor in the air unless you live in a very humid climate, but girl, please, it's not that much. So it's important to remember that if you are dry already because you're exfoliating and you're using retin-A and you're doing a lot, and then you put hyaluronic on your skin, you can actually make it more dry. So what you want to do is you want to figure that out first and foremost, and then you want to start to kind of manipulate the products that you have by either adding the oil or adding the water or spraying your face down with some water or a mist first, and then using a lot of hydration mask. Lots of hydration, not the sheet mask, more like a cream. I know I've mentioned Clinique and people give me shit because it's so 97. Girl, I'm 42, 97 was a good year for me. So Clinique is very 97, but they're Clinique Moisture Surge masks. I'm telling you, I've bought probably hundreds of masks, and I'm even amazed that it's still one of the best after all these years. And that has not been around since 97, that Clinique Moisture Surge. So does this help? Does this make sense? Are you understanding kind of the process of skin and the difference between dry and dehydrated? You know, because a lot of people, what they're doing, if they're dry, then they're going and buying hydrating serums. But what they really need is oil, like in face oil even, or some olive oil, or a dash of coconut oil if you're not prone to breakouts, or rosehip or jojoba. The issue is a lack of oil. So anyway, I hope that this video helps, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask them below. Remember to stay gorgeous, and I'll see you really soon in a new video. Bye.